bad, was it?
What's the matter with you?
There appears to be something the matter with me.
Nothing that's going to ruin your appetite, I hope. I'm counting on you taking me to lunch.
Well, I'm not sure that I'm having any lunch, actually.
Oh, but you must. I get hungry before schedule.
Darling, why don't you go and have a nice little lunch by yourself and rest assured that Daddy will take you to lunch many another occasion.
I can't have a nice little lunch by myself because as I'm not a director, only a staff girl, I have to eat with the staff.
Darling.
What?
This is not the morning to needle your father about not making you a director.
Oh, I wasn't going to needle him about that old thing. You did your best, didn't you?
And don't pat him like that.
Like what?
Condescendingly.
Very well, I shall pat him admiringly. Because you're a brilliant man and know only too well that a girl can have a reasonable lunch only if a guest of a member of the director of the board, don't you? You know, patting you admiringly this morning's like putting the finishing touches to a snowman. What's the trouble?
As you're only staff, earn your pay and make some travel arrangements for your mother and myself. How soon would you be ready to go to Italy?
Whenever you're ready. If it's today.
Today? Why? You do surprise me.
Well, today I've got a business associate flying in from Berlin, and tomorrow another one from New York. I can't put them off at such short notice, but the day after tomorrow shouldn't be anything to stop us going.
Except me? Have I any hope?
No, darling. Unless, of course, you want to go first to the villa.
No. We'll go together.
There you are. 2 for Rome, day after tomorrow. And ring to the villa and tell them we're coming and make sure there's a car waiting for us at the airport.
Warn the villa you're coming for how long? A few days?
You'll be the first to know when I know. And if you make a good job of these travel arrangements, I might just find some director who will take you out to lunch.
David let you down?
No. It wasn't David. Jill let us all down, including herself. She's going to marry Adam Chance as soon as possible.
Come on, darling. Let's pick over the ruins in the bar.
Boy, Eddie, thanks for leaving me that tank full of petrol. Came in handy, mate. Any time I could do you a favour,
Everything's going to be all right.
No, I don't know. I mean, you know, I'm late. I don't like to be in all behind.
But she said, didn't she?
Oh, let's give it a miss, shall we?
Look, it'll be ever such a good job, you know, if you get it.
Well, do you think so? Perhaps you're right. Smelly, though. Smelly.
Smelly?
Right, petrol.
Oh, it's not that smelly.
It's going to take us that long to get it stripped down. Well...
You want to have a word with Eddie?
Well, about 2 weeks. We have to do a complete rebuild. Could you hang on for just 1 minute? I'm sorry. What was that?
Eddie is next door if you want to have a word with him.
Grab him before he goes.
Okay.
Hello, it's me again. Listen, I'd rather do a complete costing before you decide.
I mean, it's not just the doing the
Eddie.
petrol, you know.
No. Sharon wants to have a word
All
with him.
sorts.
why not?
There's nothing at all to worry about. Hey, Sid, what do you think?
What's that then?
About Wally, you know, getting a little bit of a job here.
Aye.
You're a glutton for punishment, Wall.
Well, there's one thing I don't like, Sid, and that's standing around doing sweet Fanny Adams.
Well, have a word with her. She might find something for you.
I will. Thanks.
Right, give me 2 days and I'll do that. Right you are. Bye-bye. Hello.
All go, innit, eh?
I want to see you.
Here I am, darling. Not thinking of offering me a job, are you?
That's the farthest thing from my mind.
You could be passing up a good thing, you know.
Oh, dear. Hello. What number? I'll send somebody right over. Okay. Bye-bye. I think it's time we had a proper little chat.
Got all the time in the world, darling. Just go ahead.
Benny, Chalet 34. Nip over. Collect a spare wheel for me, please.
34, yes, but can I just... This is Mr.
Oh, no,
Soper,
look.
you know, the one I was telling you about.
Delighted.
Do you think maybe you could...
That airline's up the spout again, will you believe?
What's wrong with it?
I don't know.
Look, darling, a serious chat needs a bit of peace and quiet. All right, your place, 7:30 on the dot.
Oh, now, come on, hang about. Oh, damn!
Come on, Wally, we'll go and get that spare from Chalet.
Can't do any heavy lifting with my back, you know.
No, come on.
That is what I call a complete shambles.
What's that?
I've just landed myself a little assignation tonight. I need like a hole in the head.
David really has no option. It'd be well nigh impossible to run this place if he and Jill were constantly at loggerheads over Adam Chance.
Did she mention a date for the wedding?
No, just as soon as possible. Well, obviously, just as soon as Adam Chance becomes under manager again.
Can you imagine you and I at that wedding, trying to look as though it weren't a funeral?
We'll sit it out in Italy. But once the wedding's over, I shall come back here and I shall get Adam Chance out somehow.
Jay, leave it. It's not worth risking a heart attack over a little place like this.
This little place is one of the legacies I want you and Miranda to have after the final heart attack.
Darling, as we won't be seeing much of Miranda for a little while, shall we take her to lunch?
Well, Miranda's the reason I invented those two associates.
Hmm?
Well, nobody's flying in from Berlin or from New York. But I thought we might need those 2 days to ease her out of here, with or without us.
Because of what happened between her and Adam Chance? Or because of what happened between Adam and me?
What happened between Adam and both of you? I mean, sooner or later in this gossip patch, she's going to learn about you and Adam. You've been on tenterhooks ever since she arrived.
I know. I realize, too, that that is why you did your best not to keep your promise about making her a director.
It's one of the most difficult failures I've ever achieved. Now, how do we get her out of here?
Well, she might just like to go to Italy, so why don't you simply ask her?
What if she says no? I couldn't risk standing over her again.
You know, darling, I think you'll have to risk being a bit of a stuff pot.
First time I've ever heard you suggest that I mightn't be one.
You'll have to make a little deal with her.
What deal? And how little?
Oh, well, I shall tell you when she returns with our travel arrangements. Oh, darling, my glass seems to be empty all over again.
Yeah, darling. Just a minute. Mandy, let's have a lager, love.
Are you eating?
No, drinking. Listen, tonight I want a favour.
Oh, what can he mean?
No, seriously, I'm going over the flat, 7:30 to see Sharon. Now, be a darling, be somewhere else, all right?
Well,
Now, come on, I want her on my own.
it'll cost you.
OK, slap up do at the weekend. All the Greek nosh you can manage and a touch of the old bazookies chucked in.
There's no need.
Don't you like bazookies?
No, of course I do, but I'm going to be on duty tonight.
Now she tells me.
Listen, what's all this then with you and Sharon?
I don't know, she wants to talk confidential. You know me, I'm an easy-going fella. Thanks, Mandy. Have one yourself, girl.
Eddie, do us a favour. Please be nice to her, OK?
I always am, aren't I?
Now then, these are the flights and those are the times. I'll tell you about the car later.
Is this all I get, this indecipherable scribble?
Well, I thought you'd like to know the details now. You'll get your super deluxe flight pack later. Don't be such a stuff pot.
But Daddy is a stuff pot, darling. And there's no need to rub it in. Particularly when he's about to make you a little deal that I think that you will find appealing.
Oh, yes? What little deal's this?
He's far too shy to tell you, so I will. Touched by your obviously starving condition, he's prepared to offer you lunch.
Ah.
Provided
Provided what?
you come to Italy with us the day after tomorrow.
1, I can't walk out of here yet again without giving decent notice. And 2, why do you want me to come away with you?
Because Daddy feels that you shouldn't eat with a lot of underlings. Oh, it's Daddy's feelings I'm describing, darling, not my own. Daddy feels that it's beneath your dignity as his heiress.
This is just another of your sneaky attempts to stop me climbing the ladder here and make me a director, isn't it?
I'm so glad somebody's just given me the opportunity to get a word in. The answer is no, it isn't.
Then you are a stuff pot. I shan't come to Italy with you. Does that mean I'm not invited to lunch either?
No. Come and eat your stubborn head off if you want to.
Thanks, Daddy.
Sharon, have you got a minute?
We'll make it a quick one, Benny. I'm just going. What do you want?
It's somebody I want you to meet.
Oh, come on.
It won't take a minute. Come in, Mr. Soper.
Evening.
There.
This is Mr. Soper. He's the uncle of Mrs. Brownlow.
Cousin, lad, cousin.
Oh, cousin. And this is Miss Sharon. She the lady I was telling you about, the one who do run the garage.
Oh, well, I never did. You run it all alone, a young lady like yourself?
With a little help from my friends. What can I do for you, Mr. Soper?
Well, I'm at a bit of a loose end at the present moment. I've come and see if you've got any work.
Oh, no. Sorry, no.
Oh, well, I mean, I don't mind part-time or anything like that.
We're fully staffed, Mr. Soper. I'm afraid I can't help you. And you must excuse me. I've got to go. I've got a date.
I had petrol pumps in mind, really, you know.
I'll tell you what I'll do. You have a word with Sidney and he'll tell you all about it. I'll tell him you're here. Don't worry.
Doesn't sound very hopeful, does it?
Oh, it'll be all right.
She's a bit of a goer, that Miss Sharon of yours, isn't she?
What? Oh, she's all right, Miss Sharon. I get on ever so well with her.
What's all this, then?
Oh, Sydney, this is Wally. You know, he's looking after some work.
You know anything about cars?
Well, not what you might call cars.
What do you call them, then?
Well, I had a bike once, you know. Well, no, I haven't come for a skilled job, you know, just a general handyman to make himself useful.
Ah, well, Benny does all that, I'm afraid. It's a bit lean this time at the moment, you know, Wal.
I see. Petrol pumps?
No, it's self-service.
Aye. What about the odd courtesy, you know, like wiping windscreens and helping the old ladies to pump the tyres up?
Yeah, well, Benny does that.
Aye. Kiosk. Taking the money, smiling at the customers.
Yeah, well, we had more in mind someone like Bo Derrick, you know, for that.
Who's he?
No, I'm afraid we haven't got anything for you, Wal. Sorry, mate.
Oh, never mind. There's always car park, isn't there? I mean, there's plenty of cars parked down it. If I'm an attendant, you know, parked outside the motel.
That's nothing to do with us, the motel. You better go and have a word with the management over there.
Oh, I see. Right. Thanks very much, yes.
Sorry, Wal.
Never mind. You tried, lad. You tried.
Yeah. That's better, isn't it, eh? Cool, that office of yours this morning.
Eddie.
More like Piccadilly Circus. No, I was right, though, wasn't I, eh? Wasn't the sort of place to have a chat, huh? Here, listen, who's the bloke Benny had in tow, right face?
Wally Soper, listen.
Oh, yeah, looked a bit of a joke to me. Looking for a job, was he, with no work attached?
I think it's about time.
Hmm? Time for what, love?
The last couple of months haven't been easy. All right, I've broken up a family. So I'm sure there are lots of people around who say I don't deserve it easy, but I don't know about that. I didn't ask for it to happen, it just did. Anyhow, the way things stand at the moment, it's Oliver and me. And that's fine. That's absolutely fine. But there's still a lot of flat flying around. I mean, there's Kath, there's Glenda. You can see the corners of their mouths tighten every time they look at me.
It's not on that, is it?
And he's got children. He's got a daughter called Penny.
Yeah, I know.
You know, how do you know?
She buzzed me, didn't she? And that's why I came back up here.
She found you?
Yeah.
What for?
Get out me suit of shining armour. Come to your rescue.
What?
Well, his rescue. Her rescue. Oh, I don't know. Somebody's rescue. It seemed as though there was this screaming hot pants ruining their family life.
Oh.
Not that I believed it, mind you, for one moment, but I thought I'd come up, have a butcher's and, you know, check you out.
And?
Well, I can't say I'm balmy about it. You know, the whole setup. Just not you, Sharon.
You don't know him.
Well, I know all I need to know. OK, so I messed him about a bit, but that's just me, innit? Finding out things. You get a lot out of people when you make them stroppy. Know what I mean? I don't reckon him, Sharon. Straight.
Well, I do. And we're going to be all right as long as we're left alone. I'm begging you to go away, Eddie.
Beg? It's a funny word to use, isn't it? You don't have to do that, love. You know that, don't you?
Thank you.
Oh, it's all right. Wally's out somewhere and Kevin and Glenda have gone to the pictures.
Oh, good. It's been a long time since I've had a chance to talk to you on my own.
Well, that's what comes of having a family, you see.
What a family.
Still, Wally won't be around much longer. And as for Kevin and Glenda, well, they're so wrapped up in this baby.
Leaving you out in the cold.
Oh, not at all. I'm all part of it, remember?
Oh.
I'm his grandmother. Oh, I will be, please God.
Keep forgetting that. You seem too young.
Oh, get on with you. Would you like a cup of coffee or a beer, perhaps?
No, thanks. Not just now. Look, sit down a minute, Kath. There's something I want to talk to you about, and I might not get the chance again.
Oh, all right. Something wrong, is there?
Oh, no, there's nothing wrong. Except that I'm worried about you.
Whatever for?
Well, you seem in need of looking after. I know you say that Mr. Soper won't be living here much longer, but, I mean, the way he behaves, speaks to you, expects to be waited on hand and foot. I tell you, I could have clouted him yesterday.
Oh, well, he can be maddened at times, but, oh, you don't want to concern yourself about Wally. I can handle him, you know.
It's not only that, it's the fact that he's here at all. I never seem to get you to myself. I've been coming here a lot lately.
Yes, I had noticed.
You know why?
Well, I thought that you were a bit lonely in that big house of yours and in need of company.
It's more than loneliness, Kath. It goes a lot deeper than that.
Oh, now listen.
No. If I don't say it now, I never will. I really care for you, you know. Well, I shouldn't be telling you so soon after your husband passed on, but I wanted you to know.
Oh, Percy, I wish you wouldn't, because
I'm prepared to wait. Yes, for as long as you like. All I want to know is, could you feel the same way about me, given time?
I don't expect you to understand. How could you? It's a completely different world. But I can belong in it. I know I can. It's got a kind of solidity about it. I mean, there was a time when I would have called it boring, but not anymore. I've got grave doubts about myself, you know. I could do with some background. You know what I mean? No, of course, you don't know what I mean, because you don't feel the need, but I do. All of a sudden. I mean, living out of a suitcase is okay when you're a kid, but I'm not a kid anymore. I need roots and all that. I mean, my whole life revolves around a grotty little garage. Well, I mean, not so grotty anymore and not so little. But it's the be-all and the end-all, and there's got to be more than that. There has to be. And I'm getting on a bit. Bit slow with the protest there, aren't I? Then I get to wondering what I've got to look forward to, and I don't come up with very much. So I think I deserve a little bit of comfort, at least. Oh, God, doesn't that sound like a cop-out? And I don't mean it to, because it isn't. It isn't. He's a nice man. He's a good man. He's tender. He's considerate. There's nothing in the whole world I can't ask him for, so I'd be a fool, wouldn't I? I mean, I would be a fool. I think there must be different kinds of love, Eddie. This one doesn't do an awful lot for the pulse rate. There's no fantastic highs, but there's no terrifying lows either. There's a hell of a lot to be said for that. I can't talk to anybody about it. Maybe that's my trouble. I mean, Di doesn't want to know. It's not the way she sees things either. She's still waiting for Burt Reynolds to come and get her. But I've got my feet on the ground. Or maybe I kid myself I have. I don't know. Maybe if you long for things enough, you see them and they're not there. I mean, maybe that's the way it is with Oliver. I don't know. It's a hell of a job not to kid yourself. You know, sometimes when I'm with him, for no reason at all, I get a lurch in my stomach. Like when you're on a seesaw when you're a kid and it goes down too fast. It only lasts for a minute, and then it's gone. I wonder what that is. Some kind of panic, I suppose. Does that make any sense? I mean, if